out to everybody here. We already made an awesome trade here in the group on the inverted head and shoulder. Bitcoin passed the 200 in the 1 minute. We may get a continuation pump here. We're going to find out. Stay tuned for more. I'm excited. Yeah, let's start the day with the lemon water. Shout out to everybody here. And again, why do we do this with the lemon water? We decalcify the pineal. It all started when I started drinking lemon water. Then I thought differently. I started questioning the dollar. I started researching, gold and silver, bought gold. Then I got into Bitcoin, changed my life, and now here we are. So I believe it all started with the lemon water. Let's have a big sip of lemon water. Let's get this party started. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being awesome. Let's go. And we just hit a trade this morning in the trading group. I gave you a perfect inverted head and shoulder. I nailed it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to break it down. Last night we sold the local top. I sold like 106,800. It's been an amazing run. So if you've been in the group the last 2 days, we've been getting paid, baby. Worked out this morning. If you saw my Twitter, made gains, worked out. Listen to Jim Rohn. We have more. We might have more coming our way. Let's take a look at what's happening here for Bitcoin. Oop, wrong button. Every single day here on the live. Let's bring that music on down so I can hear myself think, and you can too. So the first thing I'm looking at is Bitcoin with liquidity to the upside, 103.7. Looks like we could get a bounce to liquidate these shorts. So watch out if you're short. It looks like we're going to go back up to 103.7 here in the short term. That's just what BOOKMAP says. I'm not telling you what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea what Bitcoin's going to do. I just trade it perfectly. But I have no idea what Bitcoin's going to do. We just take it one step, one day, one moment at a time here. There is more liquidity if we zoom out to the downside. But in the interim, in the intraday, right now, we see the biggest bars of liquidity at 103.750 to 600 there. So, yeah, BOOKMAP suggests we may get a mini short squeeze there. Nothing crazy. It is False Move Monday. Be careful. We had a massive pump on a Sunday. If you're struggling, you got wrecked, you lost money, you couldn't sell the local top, your emotions took over, you didn't understand how to sell when you're away from the 21-day moving average on a massive pump. If you don't understand any of what I just said, but you do understand that you're emotional and you're losing, please sign up to class, hit the QR code over there. Yeah, over there. It's the opposite of you when you're on the screen. Yeah. But so hit the QR code over there and find out more. It's $150. People are giving, charging $2 to $3 grand and spacing it out over weeks. They're doing a module. Jump on in right now. It'll blow your mind. I can't wait. All right. Bitcoin getting the pump as we just suggested to 103,600. We just told you they were about to liquidate the shorts. And that's exactly what just happened. Let's break down. Let's look at it here on BitTEX. And look, there's another inverted head and shoulder about to take off. Look at it. Can I tell you, that's an inverted head and shoulder. I was already in the trade earlier. I sold right here on the top. And then I was busy getting the show ready. But I was thinking, man, I think this thing's going to continue to moon. Look at that. Inverted look. So it started in the morning with this inverted head and shoulder that I gave to the group. I said, guys, look at this reversal. I got in right there, and they continue to pump across the 21. And then I wait for what? Price action to make a flag above the 200 with the 21 touching. That's my model right there. I'd be late to get in now because I don't like to get in with a pump. I get in right, in the consolidation. But what a move. And Bitcoin getting a nice little bounce to the upside of the small time frames, and that's what people love about the channel here. We track it on the 1 minute. We show you how to get in, get out. This was a little late. I wish if I was just 2 minutes earlier, I would have caught the right shoulder there to the upside. Measured move is what? The measured move is the length of the previous pole. See, it takes us a little lower than I had, I guess, to about 104.8, which was the key area, 104,800 for Bitcoin. But look at the beautiful bounce happening here for Bitcoin. And just buying when the candle closes above the 1 minute, gone. That's another one of my strategies. It's very simple. You don't have to know anything else but how to put a yellow line on your chart and get paid. And then when you're up a lot, pay yourself. It's simple, everybody. Stop acting like this has to be hard and difficult. Join my trading group. Get the easiest, I don't like you, but get the most simple way to trade. Nothing's easy in life, but get the simplest way to look at the market. Gotta love that lemon water. Oh my goodness. So I don't want to chase on a Monday. I mean, my system says we're going to pump to 104.8 and have no fear. Just jump on in. But I already made a gain today. I made massive gains yesterday. Let's look at the bigger picture before I jump on in. But hey, that is, maybe a bullish retest that we continue to pump. Right now, I see a continuation. Let's look at my 5 minute. What I'll do is I'll wait for the 5 to cross the 200, make the same exact model and take it. It'll be in about an hour. And I'll patiently wait. We did that just the other night, if you remember. So we talked about Bitcoin this morning inside of this. We started this morning and there was a flag here. And I said, look for this flag to possibly break out. I said, it looks more like we're going to roll over for the double bottom. That's what we did. Then we made the inverted head and shoulder, which I was able to call out. I got in here and we've been pumping ever since. We just got rejected by what? The 5-minute 200 MA, a perfect place to take profit. And now we got to really probably revisit the 21. We got to figure out the 5-minute now. If we shoot through the 5, which we may, this is a beautiful double bottom. And usually, as you know, I'm starting with the small time frames, which is rare, but that's what we got to do right now because things are hot and heavy. But that's a W. You take a measured move with a W, and that suggests you're going to go back up to resistance there at about 104.8. So I like 104.8. You know, a lot of ideas talking about the fact that we're going to 104,800 for Bitcoin. All right, it's just on the table here. Shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at how many beautiful souls are here. And let me kind of get everything situated here with the chat. Let's get the pinned comment up and running. I jumped right into trading mode real fast. And I got to be in stream mode and get things ready on the stream. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And people wait for the link sometimes to be posted just because they're in the zone, you know what I mean? But we've been live now for a while, 10 minutes. And may God bless everybody here. 222 likes, 1,670 beautiful souls here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. We're easily, looks like we're going to rip to 1,000 likes today. Thank you so much for everyone who came today to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, dear Lord, for this moment that you've gave me. Thank you for every single time I come on this live. Thank you for the internet working, knock on wood. Thank you for the computer going well. Thank you for my strategies. Thank you for my health. I cannot believe the streak that God has given me over 1,600 and something days, 639 days now. And we've gone through straight days, years without missing a day. I just thought about it, you could get in a slight car accident, like going to the store and then have to sit there and go through paperwork and miss the stream. Like anything could happen, knock on wood. I hope it never does. But, I somehow have never, couple little misses I've missed the time of the stream like 4 times in years, but I'm able to stream later on that day, but we'd never missed. I just want to say thank you to God because I don't know how I could have done it without God. It just doesn't make any sense. So God bless everybody here. Thank you so much for your time. And let's kind of do our top-down analysis. As Bitcoin sits at 103,640, 700 doing damage, looking bullish to me. And now you can see that there's more liquidity above us here to 103,750. So if you're in a shot, and look all the way up to 104,000, I told you 104.8 is the target. Again, you don't have to listen to me. What do I know? I'm just a guy that makes gains almost every other day, and I'm constantly trading. But, years in the market, it probably means nothing. What I say probably means absolutely nothing. I mean, I've only been living in the jungle of trading basically for 20 years. But, listening to me will probably rot your brain. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody here on the live. So, the weekly. If we zoom out, we forget about what's happening right now. The short term looks cool. Looks like we may flip. Things are looking okay. Let's see where we have support. So we got weekly support at 102.6. We tested it on the weekly, and we have bounced from it. So far, so good. We are a little far away from the 21, but not far enough that we could go even slightly. So 2 things are on the table for me. For me, I am going to make a prediction. I usually don't, but the prediction is that, you're going to get sideways Bitcoin from 105 to 106, 107. 21 curves up. Altcoins go crazy because Bitcoin's going to consolidate with a slight uptrend, which means it's going to go sideways, but there's going to be really no fear of it dumping. And then liquidity, people are going to be making money trading Bitcoin too on the up and downs here. And then Bitcoin starts to break out somewhere in June. And we have a summer of summers. And we rip to 140K in August. We have that August-September slump, like we always do. We pull our Fibonacci, right? We pull back. Maybe even we go all the way down to the 618, 115 again. Everyone says that was the top. The rally's over. And then we have the blow off top. All the way to like 160K. Maybe even, chances of 180 to 200 if it gets real, chance this is a sideways flag. There is a chance this flag goes sideways. And when we take a break here, right? We rip 180,000 and then we could wick up to like 90 to 200K. So like, this is my overall long-term prediction for Bitcoin. Okay. Now, there's also a chance that we have to come down on the weekly. Either way, I'm super bullish. Like, it doesn't matter what we do here. You see what I'm saying? It just offsets the initial ending point. And that one, I still get somewhere because that would just bring this down a little lower. I still get somewhere, even if we get the pullback. So even if we dumped for the next 5 weeks or went sideways, it wouldn't really change my trajectory, you see? We would just make a beautiful inverted head and shoulder here. You got to be smart here, everyone. You got to pay attention to the big picture, because if you're not doing this big picture stuff, you're going to get overwhelmed by what's happening at the small side, and you're not going to be able to make big moves, make big money on the big time frames. Like, I was able to put tons of money in. Look, I went in at 84,000. I'm up huge. I am up huge on my buys, and I went in at 77, 78, 81. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin. And I bought Bitcoin at 97, 95, 90K too. When it started getting closer to 100K, I was like, man, this might be the last chance I get below 100,000. And we've been right so far. You know, I called the 15K. Remember, people were watching my channel when we were at 6,000. We were calling 20K biddy, 20K biddy, you know. So the weekly looks, this is what I'm seeing on the weekly. And it all makes sense to me and healthy. Okay? And I don't know what's going to happen. As you can see, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I can see the overall market structure and where we're likely going to go, though, based on years and years of watching price action on the macro timeframes. So this is what I'm looking for. I'd love to see the weekly never close below 102.7, 102.8. That would be beautiful. Start making sideways price action. This would really wake up the altcoins. So today we want, you know, we got to get like a healthy close today. Otherwise, you know, we're going to start a dump down somewhere to about 97,000 too, right? Because if we lose that level, you can see our next level right there is about 98 too. And then we have a bunch of chop there and a point of control at 96,700. So again, Bitcoin seems a lot more bullish than normal. You got a lot of attention and eyes on it. It's starting to get Googled and searched. People are coming for it. Nation states, you have states in America that are starting to, you know, close reserve bills. It's getting, a supply shock is coming. MicroStrategy continuing to buy more and more Bitcoin. It's insane. We're at 103,500. You got to be happy about that on X.com. Look, we made massive gains last night. That was basically a $2,700 buy right there at 0.02 BTC. And I'm using Bitcoin to gain more Bitcoin. That's crazy. And then this is a beautiful win here at 104 all the way to 106. That's a $2,000 move. I barely had to put any money in that, dude, to make those gains. You know what I'm saying? So everyone says, but you got tons of money. You don't have to make, you know, you got to have patience and a plan. Patience and a plan, you know. Patience and a plan. Working out every day today, we found the inverted head and shoulder. We called it right there, put it in the trading group, and continue to pump. God bless anyone that took the gains. All right. Yeah, the chart told the story, man. The news is late. 100%. If you're waiting on the news to tell you what's happening, you're already late. The charts told the story days ago. Learn to read the charts and learn to see the setups before the headlines drop. That's how traders survive and thrive in this game. Kind of watch my new tweets. All right. XRP launched power payments in UAE with Zand Bank and Mamo. Michael Saylor buys 7,390 Bitcoin for $765 million amid corporate treasury boom. He has 576,230 BTC, man. The guy is drinking his Bitcoin coffee. My goodness. Insanity. So, where do we stand now for Bitcoin? Where do we stand now for BTC? What happens? Where do we go? Sorry. Got this headphone jack that likes to play games with me. Okay. So, Bitcoin had a nice pump, but look, there was some bearish divvy. I didn't chase that inverted head and shoulder. I wanted to. I did not. I said it's Monday. Be careful, Sammy. I got close. Remember I said I wanted it, but I didn't get it. Look, there's bearish divvy. Swing down on the RSI. Swing up on price action. Just kind of giving you the update on the smaller time frame. So the weekly. Interesting times. We closed beautifully last night. Look how much different the weekly is now. We have to take into account. This could be a tweezer top, sideways, or downward price action if we close a red candle as such. It just is what it is. We may continue to push. The smaller time frames will let us know we don't have to stress, but we do have to zoom out and take a look at what's happening. Right now, the 5 days starting a downtrend. For now. It doesn't have to be. It's not, you know, but, you know, and it could be more like this. So the next 2 days are going to tell a big story. We lose this yellow line, 1029, then we're going to have to start playing around with the $99,000, $98,000 level, you see? We stay up here and go sideways, then we know. So 2 days from now, we're over here, then we know the flag's likely playing out. 2 days from now, we're down here, then we know we're probably dumping down to the POC. Very simple, right? So we just gotta chill. No emotions needed. The trades will come to us if we let them. Like the one we had, boom, that came to us. Eventually, I saw that we had to take that trade. You know, it came to us. Now, this is what's interesting. These time frames, the price action gets really wacky because, you know, it's not contained inside the candle anymore. You got this monster move. The RSI is pretty high, but it didn't cross the dotted line yet. You see what I'm saying? Like, it could still kind of whip up there to the upside. Trying to see if that's a hidden bullish divergence. Swings down. And you kind of do have some hidden bullish there. That's an uptrend and that's a downtrend. That is hidden bullish divergence. Interesting. I mean, hidden bearish. So sorry. Hidden bearish divergence. I say bullish. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I can't stand when I do that. Hidden bearish divergence. Okay. The 3-day chart, very overbought. The stochastics RSI. It tells a story. You know, about to close tweezer tops. It's going to take 3 days, though. So, again, we don't know if we're going to be making a downtrend or a sideways flag. But I don't see a huge pump coming for Bitcoin. I said the same thing here. I was correct. I said the same thing here. I was correct. We had to wait for consolidation each time. It was small in the smaller time frames. It may be just 9 days here again before we pump. The daily. Now with a basically, you know, this is what we're now battling. So I've shown you all the projections of the bigger time frames. We're going to go over them tomorrow night in the trading group tonight. We're also going to go over them every single morning. Have no stress. If you're with me on the group, you're going to be basically spoon-fed the TA. You're not going to miss a thing. All right. If you're not on the group, you're going to have to wait 24 hours from each time. You're going to miss a bit here and there. All right. So I give you what I can, but the group is just exceptional, right? So now we have a bearish div on the daily time frame. It's undeniable. You're overbought on the RSI, above the dotted line. You got overbought on the Stokes, pointing down. Price action went up pretty fast. And we saw this bearish div last night. We said, you know, that's bearish divergence. Doesn't look hot. And I even sold, you know, I got out of my trade. It was at 107. It said, I think it went to 107, 124. We sold like 106, 899. You know, what I did is I went to the 1 minute while you guys were live and watching me. And I just kept raising my stop loss, you know, into this, where was it here? Like into this area where, to the pump here, and here, yeah. And they eventually got me out somewhere around there, 106.99, you know. That's what I love doing that. That's what I do. When I'm in a huge trade, I see that massive pump happen. I throw the stop loss to break even. Then I give it some profit. Because you don't want to have to try to go find it on the 1 minute, because if it's too far away, you have to like, where is it? Right? You know, like if you put the stop loss right here and then you change to the 1 minute, it's going to be way down. So I move it up somewhere that I know when I flip to the 1 minute, I'll see it. Then I drag it up, and then I just start trying to, you know, and then I basically juice as much as I can out the trade on the top up to 1 minute. I love it. You guys see me do it. It's my favorite way to trade now. It's how I do things. I go in heavy when I see it happening on the big time frames, and then I use the small time frames to execute the entry by squeezing as much juice as I can out of the trade. Beautiful. If I'm going to sleep or I'm not sure what's going to happen and I can't do that, stop loss to break even, I go to bed. Worst comes to worst, I could be up $2,000 and come back down. It is what it is. It's happened to me, but I don't lose nothing. You know, it is nice to take those gains though. Does it still count as bearish divergence, even though it was a low liquidity pump wick? I mean, there's a little bit. Yeah, no, that's still bearish div. Yeah. Still bearish div. Again, bearish divergence is only as strong as the support of resistance. You can see we clearly could not break 102.5 on the daily. We bounced off of it. So we could be starting to make that same broadening wedge again on the daily time frame. I'm game. Bounce right back to the upside today. Close this candle slightly red, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. But we could start doing something like this on the daily time frame. I'll live a more cylinder. And then we break out too. Like, these are possibilities, things that people see. You guys, some people here have never seen that shape. They've never even seen it. They don't even know what can happen. So how the heck could they even project this? That's why it's really crucial. I say you get a mentor or someone that's been through this trading game for a long time, because I can see so many things you haven't seen. All right. And again, me, somebody, anybody you want. I don't even, you know, I'm always open-minded. I just need to make sure you get some help. Spend a couple months in a trading group. It'll change your life. You know, my 99, you know, just 3 months in my group. That $300 will change your life. You'll be like, wow, I know way more than I did before. The odds of you getting hurt, you know, I look at it like this. You're going to go into a jungle. The jungle is trading. I've been living in, me and my crew had been living in the same jungle for now 5 to 6 years. I've been living in it for 15, you know what I mean? And so I know what animals that are going to get you. I know all the pitfalls. And I can at least, you know, you might still make the mistakes. Who knows? Some things may still happen to you, but the odds of you avoiding danger are far better if you hang out with my crew in the jungle, right? Let's think about it. We've been here for a long time. You go in the jungle all by yourself, what are the, you know, the odds of you getting beat up and hurt are pretty big. So that's kind of what trading's all about. I don't know if you want to go to the jungle alone. Look, they went to get 1037 exactly like they said they would on BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP did exactly what it said it wanted to do, and we're getting a beautiful bounce here back to the upside. And so what you're looking for here, too, is the daily to get back above these 3 candles, which is 104, 188. You get above 104, 188, that's your daily resistance. You see it? Resistance, resistance, resistance. Wick fell through, came back. We close above that, we could be sitting pretty. So I may have called the reversal this morning on the 1-minute time frame. Let's continue to zoom in here and see what's happening. Man, not amazing. There's tweezer bottoms on the 12-hour time frame. And it's basically got a, you know, a shoulder. It basically, you know, it's still, that's beautiful. That's support. So you got support at 102.9 on the 12-hour. That looks like we're going to bounce all the way back to the upside. I'll tell you what. Looks like I'm going to be able to get my 5-minute flags. The 4-hour wants to bounce too. We're getting tweezer bottoms on the 4-hour. Let that close in 1 hour and 20 minutes. And that's going to close as a reversal. And whenever you have fast moves like this, they usually go and recoup it again. Like whenever they pump it, dump it, they usually pump it again. It's usually the real move, the fake move, and the real move takes over yet again. That's what I've found. I'm not trying to say it's guaranteed, but look, you already have tweezer bottoms kind of called out here on the 3-hour. And the 3-hour looks like it's about to pump huge. 3 hours really breaking out of a falling wedge. Look at it. A falling wedge breaking to the upside on the 3-hour time frame. It kind of has cup and handle vibes. I know it's a bit sketchy, but it's got a little bit of the juice. And then even the 1 hour, look, the 1 hour's got bullish divergence. The 1 hour basically did kind of like a, I don't know, it was like, it almost kind of had, that almost had divergence all in on it, but it, you know, it looked strange. But again, I see like the falling wedge breakout. It kind of retested and bounced. The 1 hour's about to get above the 1 hour, the 200 MA, which is a very bullish sign for me for continuation. The 15 minutes about to get above its 200 MA, and the 15-minute double bottom. I mean, look at that. And it's got Adam and Eve vibes. Adam and Eve, right? And we've been seeing this a lot. Your neckline is the top of the Adam and Eve here. And that says you're going to break out. And these like 90% hit the target. It says it's going to 104, 190. Now they got liquidity. Look, they got the shorts. So shorts just keep saying, oh, I'm going to short, I'm going to short. And now they're going to liquidate the shorts again. Look, they're about to liquidate shorts up to 103.8. Look, if you're at 103.8, you're about to get liquidated. I'm calling you out. If you're short right now, you're going to get liquidated at 103.8. The odds are very high. I guess I can't guarantee it. They backed out. Look, they backed off. Some people pulled off their shorts, but no, they went hard again. Look at these guys went hard again. They're going to come get 103.750. It looks very likely now. What is this? This is BOOKMAP. It's an API showing me what the candlesticks are hiding. Okay? You can see what's happening behind the candlesticks. So important. What a good tool. And people that can't see liquidity have no idea what's happening. And so now, look, the 50-minute tapped the 200 MA. And so now this is when I activate my system. I get ready to, I'm getting ready to make it, so I won my first day trade of the day after making a awesome gain yesterday on 3 exchanges actually too. I had a Bit2Next scalp open that also hit. So look, this is what I'm seeing here. We're getting tight. I'd like to see the 5-minute flag out with the 21 coming up to price action, and then bang. I wouldn't be surprised if a stop below 103.3 could hold for a pump to 105 today. So I'd be looking for a reversal back to the upside right now. And my system is strong. Even though it's a false move Monday, my system is strong about it. I could buy now or wait for confirmation. Buying now is high risk, but it does look like we could crack that 200 and just go on a tear. There's a chance we just continue to rip. I'm going to take a look at my week's account here. And I'm going to show you what we're looking at here on the 5-minute time frame. This is my model getting ready, and we had again, price action does the same thing. It reverses with either it's an inverted head and shoulder, it's the cup and handle. If you pull a fib here, that's the money printer. Okay, me and Master Friend realized we were doing the same thing one day. We were just, but that's when we realized. I mean, he knew the algo. He was like, "It's the algo. We're using the algo." Sorry, this is going right. Takes me a second here, but I'll show you. Right click this, go to settings, right? And we want to do style. And you want to put the labels on the right. I mean, you can't, So look, I mean, that came right there to the 786. And it went to this bad golden pocket. See, the 618 golden pocket right there. And bounced. I mean, it's a beautiful fib retracement. And the entry becomes such. So then we sit here and we watch this. So this looks very bullish to me. Happy or sad? Let's take a look here. 3-6-1 risk-reward ratio. I'd like to wait for the 21 to get to price action, but things are just looking extra crazy today. I could be jumping the gun. 105, 401. Let me check myself before I wreck myself. Take a deep breath. Not emotionally trading, just looking at price. 103, 256. It just looks like it's ripping. I go 250 for 745 here. I don't want to give too much back. It is a Monday, but I like the trade. All right. 21 comes up. We're going to be continue to rip. Could be no drawdown at all, too, right off the bat. Let's see how we go. So live trade here on the channel, Bitcoin live trading, exactly as the title says, even on a Monday, battling the charts. Hey, we live traded yesterday. I showed you the trade in the morning, and we took gains in front of you as the live stream began. Live stream was lit yesterday. Shout out to the 2,000 people here on the live, 471 likes. May we get the likes up to the watchers. Dear Lord, thank you for the 471 beautiful people that did hit that like button. I'm so grateful. That like will come back to them 10 times. Given the like, you tip people, you have to pull out your wallet, hand them some money. It's a great feeling. Here, you could tip me by just clicking the mouse. It's an even simpler idea, and it's the fastest karmatic energy you can get back. By doing something nice for somebody else, it only comes back to help you tenfold. So, may God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, and appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Remember, if I win this trade, don't call me a genius. If I lose, don't call me a loser. It's just one trade of my data set. All right? It's just one day in my day of trading. We'll see what happens in the long and short term. So, Bitcoin. I'm looking for us to make some type of bullish flag here and continue to the upside. I am definitely more bullish than bearish on the day. I'm looking for some type of reversal. Looks like we got a quick morning dump. They reversed to the 1-minute time frame, and the bulls are stepping up. We're getting above the 200 MA, which shows me on the 1-minute time frame that the bulls are reversing price action and trend. Now we need to get above the 5-minute 200 MA. That'll now solidify the fact that trend is really starting to move our way. Once we get above the 5, we're going to be looking for that 15-minute to solidify above the 200 MA. And right now, we're going to get above the 5 and the 15 around the same time. That has a double whammy progressive entry. I can see the bots really taking hold on that. The only thing about the 5 is if we get a bigger move, the 21 is going to be lagging. That's going to be that's going to tell me that we might have stress here. It also tells me to watch my trade I just opened. We're a little far away from that. Go back to what we're looking at here. Oh yeah, I was like, I thought I opened on weeks. Oh yeah. So down $33, maybe we bail. I don't know. We'll see. The reason I'm not in love with the trade because I usually wait for us to crack the 21, the 200, and have the 21 come off. And now I'm in between price action and the 21. I kind of bid a little too quick. I may abandon the trade, but yeah. False move Monday. I'm going to move my stop very high and lose like $20. I'm going to get back in when I see exactly what I want to see. I jumped the gun. I mean, I didn't trade my model, right? I front ran the model. Let's see here. I'm telling my, it's not worth the risk You see what I'm saying? So I'll wait right now, and I'm going to make this trade again at the right time. Look. Everything's looking good my way, but you don't want to be between price and the 21. It's just not, and that's not my strategy at all. So I don't want to, like, you know, try to show off when I'm not even using the right. Again, though, I felt like, there was FOMO. I was using a little bit of emotion there. It happens. Even at anybody, it can happen to everybody. That's why you got to stay focused no matter what. 105, 406. Stop loss at like 103, 290. And I'm going to just kind of sit on this. I need like 10 minutes. I need to let price action kind of hang out here. I'd like to get my stop below, on the other side of that 21. There's a chance it just takes off, though. There's something brewing for Bitcoin here. I may miss the pump. It's okay, though. See, that's FOMO. FOMO is fear. So I identified the fact that I was using fear just there because I had this feeling like it might do something without me. That's fear of missing out. And now I'm going to be trading on fear. And if I trade on fear, I'm likely to lose. I got to trade on gratitude and love. And so I got to see the system that I love and I made. And the system I love and made tells me to wait a little bit for that 21 to come in closer to price action. Every time that green candle rips, though, I get the emotions come in and I get FOMO. Even if it pumps up to here, I just got to wait my turn now, I guess, for the right time. And this is hard to discipline. I feel like I'm missing out right now. But it's not my model. I'm front running my model. It's very close now to the model, though. It's getting very close to the model. It's playing the line for sure. The 1 minute is showing signs of like a beautiful flag that's going to break out. See? 1 minute says more boom. 1 minute was the day that, you got this kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. Stochastic's curving. I think you get lit all the way to 105. So right now, trading my model is hard. My emotions want to push me into the trade. My mind tells me I gotta wait for the right model, or I'm front running. You see how I almost fell into my emotions here in the trade, but now I'm thinking it through. This is what traders are doing. Like, this is trading. No one talks about this. The battle between your emotions and your logic. And that's why you constantly have to have a system, because if you don't, you will slip. You will start using emotion too many times. It will become habit, and then it will be habit to lose. And you'll be struggling, you'll be in and out, and eventually you'll leave whatever group you're in. You won't be able to keep up. You won't be able to keep capital. You got to keep winning to keep up with us good traders, because you can't keep losing. Like, I'm not going to keep losing. You know what I mean? I make gains, baby. We've been banging since Dubai. I mean, we've been, even before that, but I mean, we've been on a nice streak. Had a tough couple days at the beginning of last week, but besides that, and again, we didn't liquidate ourselves. We didn't go overboard. Wow, we are ripping though 103,800 again, above the 200 MA. Sometimes just buying there and letting it rip. That's what I was thinking, just letting it go. This is tough. I'm trapped between emotion and front running my signal. I'm just going to wait and do the right thing. You know what I mean? Even if I know it might pump in my face. I told you were going to get liquidated if you were at 103.8 though, and you definitely did. I told you to watch out. Now, if you're 104, you're about to get liquidated. People keep opening up stops. Like, this is people who keep deciding they're going to... They're like, oh, I'm going to keep shorting. They won't stop. And because they won't stop shorting, we keep ripping them. Don't you understand the shorts are creating this now? There's not enough longs to... This is people... Look, now the shorts are getting heavy. They are so defiant. I love human emotion. It's amazing. Once they get on the wrong side of the trade, they can't stop. And I tell you, never short when you're above a 200 MA like that. That's a very bad idea. You can backtest it. Like, shorting right here, you would have gotten demolished. Shorting right here, you would have got absolutely demolished. Even on this little move, you probably would have got stopped out. Fine, that one, maybe you would have made it, but it would have been treachery. See, all the times we got above the 200 MA on the 5, you would have got rocked. Right there, almost not even enough to short, though. You would have got rocked right there. You could see rocked like 90% of the time. So shorting when you're above the 200 MA on any time frame really is just a bad idea. It's not a smart move. You know, you want to identify trend in a bigger time frame and short once you've lost. Like last night, we lost the 5 minute here. That's when you want to be short in the market. So what's telling me now is people think they're smarter than the moving averages, and they keep shorting now, and we're going to go to 104,000 because they decide to short, and what they're going to do is they're going to extend my signals. My signals are going to get stretched. That's just what's going to happen, and I expect that. It does give me less to win because like now our parameters are shrunk because I can see the bigger range that we're in. We're headed further up towards it. So if you held on to the trade instead of me, who kind of got, you know, I was front running the model, so I knew what I was doing. But damn, I would have been in gains yet again. So funny, the strategy still played out, right? In at 103.7, we're up at 103.942. But again, if you're watching me, it's about watching the 200 MA, understanding how I use it and abuse it. It is my baby cake, and how I use, you know, moving averages. And so today, how you were able to make gains and figure out what was happening, all you had to know was your patterns. We found this inverted head and shoulder here, right? Bang. I don't need to draw, but we saw this, you know, shoulder, head, right shoulder. I saw that beautifully, called out the reversal. If you got into that trade, you're still in the money. I'd still be making gains. Sam, I'm at the hospital. Daughter is going for surgery right now. It's a fairly short procedure, but I'd be very grateful for a quick prayer. Papa Flash, we love you, man. Moment of silence for Papa Flash, or not moment of silence, but just, you know, focus on the prayer. Hope your daughter everything goes well. You know, she's going to be fine. You know, be there for her. Make sure you have a good, close relationship with the doctor. Talk to him. But God bless you, Papa. Everything's going to go well, man. We love you. Amen. Oh, wow. 103,900. And we told you. And again, if you're at 104, you're about to get liquidated. I'm calling you out. You're about to get liquidated. Anyone shorting the market, you're going to get rocked. This is the channel that finds you, and you're going to get seek and destroyed right here. Oh, 104, bang. They're going to take you out in about a second. There you go. They got taken out. 104 just got hit. All the 104s, and now they got 104, 100. They are ripping you a new trading career. And see, above the 200 MA. Bang, bang, bang. I like to get in when the 21 touches. We'll get a consolidation. I don't have to get emotional. I just have to let it play out. I'll get my trade when the time is right. The trade has changed, you see. The parameters have changed. But the key was to have my stop below the 200 on the 5. That would be a very, very high probability win rate, right? And again, despite Falls Move Monday, we're getting the move perfectly. Monday's playing out exactly as planned so far here. And now they're going to liquidate 104, 100. They just won't stop shorting. So this what happened is people just keep thinking, okay, here's the top. Here's the local top. They don't understand how to use the moving averages. If you knew how to use moving averages, you would not be doing this right now. And you could backtest it and it would teach you. It would show you that you're going against heavy probability. See, I looked at all the probabilities. When you watch me and you see what I trade, I'm trading the hottest probabilities that I've put together over time. All I did was look at every chart, everything, every asset in the world, combine all that data, put it together, and then I found the hottest strategies because the charts told me what to do. Simple. Like, it's so simple to me. I'm like, it's so simple, can't you see? Shout out to the 2,207 beautiful souls here on the live. 629 likes, $6.98 in chat revenue. Who's sending the super chat? Let's take a look here at that super chat. Turbo TA, please, thanks, and God bless you. Some Vice CM. Sam, I'm at the hospital. God bless you, Papa Flash. And we said something about your daughter, man. Thank you so much for the love. 104.50. Then they're going for the 104 100s. They just probably, they're going to take you out in about a couple seconds. And if you keep shorting the market, you should probably come to my channel and get the education. There it is. 104 100 got taken out. They took you out too. Bang, bang, bang. Back to 104,000. Bitcoin getting a beautiful bounce off 102. It makes $2,000 bounces now in a heartbeat. It's the greatest asset to trade, man. Nothing beats this. Nothing moves like Bitcoin, man. The liquidity has been amazing. And look how it's following TA beautifully, exactly like it should. Inverted head and shoulder. Booming to the upside, crossing the 200. This thing is just ripping. Absolutely ripping. And there's 104 100 getting taken out like we told you it would. And so if you were short on this market, yikes. You have a lesson. Like, you gotta, if I was short on this market, I got liquidated today, I would run and go take my course. I'd be like, I gotta take this guy's course because I obviously have no idea what's happening, and this dude does. This dude does. Look, that trade's playing out right now still. Let's take a look here at Turbo. Thank you, Sam, for another great day of streaming. Shout out to Losan Crypto, man. We love you, brother. Thank you so much for all the beautiful people here that are giving to the channel. You didn't have to give, but you did. That will come back to you tenfold, my brother. The super chat's not about me. I do get them. I get it all. But they're really not about me. They're about the person that gives them. You get everything you give back to people in this world. Like, you become the energy you send out. When you're sending out energy, which is money, it shows that, number one, you believe so much money's coming your way in life that you don't have to stress, By giving money, you basically are telling the universe you're going to get rich. You see what I'm saying? You're committing to the fact that there's no way you're going to have lack. You're also, and that's why believing God is key. If you believe in God, you give, because you're like, well, God's going to continue to take care of me. I was listening to Neville Goddard the other day, and he was talking about the sparrows. And in that accent, he's like, don't you see that the sparrow is taken care of by God every day? He gets his food. The sparrow finds its worm. Every morning, the sparrow finds its way. And despite what happens, the meals are presented to the bird which feeds its young. Don't you know you are better than many swallows? It is like, don't you know God reveals you as more than 100 swallows? Of course, if he could feed 100 birds, he could feed you. Have no faith that God will provide, and God will always provide. There will always be provisions for you. Amen. Right? And that's I truly believe that. There will always be provisions for me. I see a bull pennant forming here for Turbo. I see it starting to get a little sideways price action and then a boom to the upside. It will follow that progression. Bitcoin showing signs, double bottom here with the higher low. It's kind of a way out. So boom. I would look for Turbo to go sideways on the 15-minute and break out to its next target at 0.05261 for Turbo. Bitcoin 104,200, not stopping. I got priced out of my own bank. Dang. Come on, BTC. But eventually it is going to make some type of move back to the 21. When it does, I'm going to take that trade. It looks like it's going to take anywhere between 5 and 10 5-minute candles. Wow, this thing looks like it's not going to stop, man. It's just going to rip. 104,250. They're going to continue to rip the shorts a new one until the shorts decide to chill. 104,275, 104,300 for Bitcoin. And that's why I got the bot too. The bot is probably in a trade, so I'm okay. Love the streams. I'd watch them if they were 8 hours long. Would you mind doing some Mudang? I don't mind. We'll go into Mudang. Can you look at Trencher Meme? Big community. Thank you, Sam, for another great day. Thank you. And Mafa, just because I think we'll 10x this week. Thank you for the $10. I feel you. It's going to happen, right? Yeah. Shout out to Mafia Production. Shout out to Baki. Shout out to Mario Pablo. Shout out to Losan Crypto, Papa Flash, and Vic M. And thank you for that Turbo TA, man. We looked at that. It looks pretty awesome. So Bitcoin back at 104, getting the reversal this morning. Could have stayed in the trade. My thing just sold because that's where the limit order was, right around there. I'm still, very, very faithful that my trade will play out later on today here. I just got to have patience and not be emotional. If I'm emotional and I just run in whenever I want, that's the time it'll probably reverse. I'll get stopped out and I'll start chewing up my account. I've been there years ago. I'm not that trader anymore. I'm the patient guy. I got $3, right? I gotta be in control, man. So this is the next possible trade here that I want to see. If Bitcoin can finally slow down at one point, but it seems like it's just out of control. It ripped out. Look, that inverted head and shoulder did rip. It's gonna get overbought too in the 1 minute and eventually flag out here too as well. The flag will come. I know you don't believe me because it looks like it's not happening, but eventually we will flag out. Eventually. Wow, Bitcoin 104,300 on the move. Dang, it ripped out of control. And you can't win them all. It's okay, Sammy. It's okay. My model wasn't there, so I didn't trust the move. You see what I'm saying? But something told me we were going to rip. My trader instinct told me not to listen to my model. It told me to trade no matter what. And you got trader instinct and you got your models, and sometimes they go back and forth. You got to find that in the middle right there. So I just want to have, this is my next trade though. The 105.8. 21 comes to touch price action. I'd like to use the 5 minute to enter the trade. If I see a bull pennant, this is what I'm looking for. And I'm going to leave it alone. And every time I do, though, it just keeps ripping, right? 104,300. But we knew those shorts were going to get ripped. Shout out to Chatty C. God bless you. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to the 2277. Look at this 77. 2277. 691 likes. 3838 on the 38. and chat revenue. You people are great. All right. So we're going to look at Moodang and Trencher meme someone asked about. I hate when I have to go over a meme that I don't know about. Just freaks me out. Kita. One of my favorite coins in the game right now. Kita was just 15 cents. It ripped all the way to 73. It did numbers. We were talking about Kita back on the 12th. What was it? Of like May or so? I don't know. When it was like 12 cents. I was going over Kita in my trading group. Unbelievable. 12 cents, man. Yeah, March 20th, I remember, was when we first started talking about it. Right around here. 12 cents. So it really just kind of sideways and then ripped. I found out about this coin through Tokenmetrics. We started researching it. And look at this guy just bought 10,000 USD of Kita. It's crazy. All right, this guy just bought $1,500 worth of Kita. This dude just sold $44,000. He just took his gains. This dude just bought $48,009. Wow, he just bought $50K worth of Kita. 3333333. Look on the move there. He was a maker. Not the same as the AU582. Just wanted to see if it was the same guy, wash trading or something there. So wow, Kita just looks insane. And I don't know what's happening, what people know about it, but this thing is getting just boomed. Almost looks like that's the flag, and the flag's just going to take off. Target's $1. And wow, it was just 12 cents. Unbelievable. Bitcoin, 104,320 without signs of stopping here. Give me a chance. Give me some consolidation, Bitcoin. I can't chase green candles. I'm unallowed. Just not my strategy. You got to eventually give me some type of consolidation here, BTC. And once you do, I'll be all over it. Don't get me wrong. So I sold the trade early that pumped. What are you going to do? I'm still so grateful that I'm live streaming, and some of you may have hit the gain, so that's what I'm grateful for. Actually, let me know. Put a 333 if you hit that gain, stayed in the trade. Let me know so I can feel better. You know what I mean? As long as I help someone else is better than me. I actually feel better when I help others, right? I used the model in the 5 minute for 8 of bang, bang, bang. Shout out to Maddie B. Mad B, man, I love you. And let's take a look at Moodang TA real quick. So we're watching for the 5 minute to consolidate for Bitcoin. 21 to cross the 200 MA, and then for us to get busy. 104,300. I like where we're sitting for Bitcoin. Could you take a look at the chart at coding DINO on base? I made 7K on Dust Wallet, and it keeps moving up. 300 million market cap. DINO on base. So wow, Kita is just ripping. Looks like it's going to a bean. DINO on base right here. Wow, $36 million market cap, out of control. This thing just banged. I mean, I wish I knew about it earlier. It's up at 9x. Wow. Since basically May 1st. I mean, 9x in 20 days. And that's healthy, too, to kind of have it just chugging along. And it made a beautiful flag there that it broke out of. I mean, liquidity is pretty light. The daily's just out of... Look at the daily. It just went on a straight, massive pump. I mean, that's kind of a blow-off top, no? I'll take you anywhere. Just tell me. Seems like we're getting crazy rallies, but I would see some... I'd be start looking for a pullback of... I'd be taking profits out of that. I mean, if it doesn't, fine. Maybe it just keeps ripping. I don't know. But I would, I'm sketched out by that already. Look, there's Kita right there at the top of the charts, man. And we're already back to finding coins. We already found a coin that 10x'd. Kita, baby, Kita. So pay attention, get your notebooks out. This is the channel that not only goes over Bitcoin Live, scans the market for altcoins, does the most super chats than any other channel, live streams more than anybody else in the entire industry, and never takes a day off. We take the stream all around the world. We'll be in Vegas next week. We will be streaming. Go to Bitcoin Las Vegas. Come on now. We'll do a Telegram meetup group. It's going to be awesome. Join the lifer at Bitcoin Las Vegas. I can't wait to see each and every one of you there. Embrace game theory. It's going to be an absolute blast. I love you all. I can't wait. We're going to have a blast. It's awesome. Bitcoin Las Vegas. Join the lifer and Bitcoin Las Vegas, baby. All right. Hit the QR code. Don't play yourself. Jump on in. Bitcoin does not want to stop. 104, 310, 350. So DINO, I would say DINO has to come down at one point. I would not be chasing green candles. I could be wrong. Maybe it just continues to launch. But wow, small market cap. Wait for a pullback. There could be a lot more coming for this. Again, I'd have to do my research, my due diligence, find out a little bit more about it. At least I'll take a look at the X.com account and see what's happening there. Trust no one but the code. No administration, no rats, no rug. Open source. Official base. Fair mint that ensures fairness and security for all participants up and down. We encourage support. E-Pump Fund. Interesting. And this is the game that, if you ever don't have internet and you just start pressing spacebar, you'll be able to play this game on your Google. Wow, 410 for Bitcoin. This just did nuts. And my trader instinct was correct. We were going to continue to moon. Just take, and again, look at my emotions now. I should see an emotional trader is going to open up these trades. I made massive gains yesterday. I put 160 grand in spot, maybe even more now. Like, depress Sammy. You don't have to impress anybody. It's okay that you're waiting on this, but you were in right there, man. Oh my gosh. I had the call, right? We're about to go to 104.5, rip this puppy all the way to the upside here. And again, now another short just opened up with a liquidation at 104.500. And another short right there. Why do they keep shorting this? They just, they're emotional. They get pissed. They lose the short and they just say, nope, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. And they keep shorting the market. They're going to keep sending us further to the upside. I have to keep waiting for my consolidation until we exhaust the shorts. Then the buys will start buying as price starts dipping into the buy liquidity, and that will create a flag, you see? Because we'll go dip, buy, die, and then boom. Then too many buys to let it resolve, and then we get the bigger move, right? They won't stop shorting this. Look, 104.5. You're going to get liquidated if you're out there listening to me and you think the short's going to play out. You're likely going to get sayonara right there, bang, at 104.500. Sayonara, senorita. I don't know who used to say that or why I say that, being from the 80s. A child of the 80s, wild and crazy. Check the file that they made on me. You know what I mean? Everyone's got a file on them. You know that. Could you take a look at, so we looked at coding. We looked at it all. Finally, a red candle. Can we get some time? I can't believe I've been begging for a red candle on a beautiful day, but I'm happy for the reversal for Bitcoin here. Happy we got the double bottom bounce. Nice to see things kind of going our way. All right. And we got a $50 super chat coming in here. Thank you so much from Roger Tremino. Donated $50. Oh, wow. The jar's gone. Hold up. What am I thinking? This is insane. You guys should have told me the jar is gone. There's the jar. And there's every time someone tips, something will go into the jar there. So sorry, man. We have the interactive jar. We got to use it. Went out of our way to create an interactive widget. Coded it and everything, Blocky Soul, increasing awareness, X memes. Last time I looked at it, it wasn't too bad, but it went more sideways, right? Wow, we got 104.600 now coming in. There's more shorts opening up, and they got liquidity. Look, 104.625. I mean, we're gonna keep pumping if they keep doing this. And there's buy pressure too. 21 crosses. Eventually, we'll have to come back to the 21-day moving average. $98 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely blessed. $734. And this thing just doesn't want to stop. We almost have to go to the 30-second. And there's your 30-second rising wedge. Well, I have to trade the 30-second to make gains today. That's what's going to happen if they just keep ruthlessly shorting the market. This thing's going to plow all the way to 105, 153, and then eventually we're going to get the pullback. I see 104.600 now. And it continues. Let's take a look at Blocky. Still small market cap, 1.3 million. Really just hasn't had a lot of follow through or a lot of volume. Still's flat though. No really sell pressure, no buy pressure, just kind of flat. Like to see it eventually. I mean, to me, it is consolidation over time. The daily's basically in a little bull flag about to break out. Daily looks like it's gonna launch. This thing's on Sol. All right. I mean, it could go. It could do numbers. It's very small. Who knows? You know, very, very small. Hey, you know, I mean, it's got a tiny market cap. So, you know, no one should do this. Don't do anything you see on this channel, please. But what I'll do is what's sold, like, you know, 170, right? So 0.3 is about $60. You know, 2.5, 41. Oh, yeah. So 0.3 is 48, 0.34, 55, 0.32, 0.31, 0.3. 29, 22, no, 0.295, 299, 2999999. Trying to get to exactly. It's hard to get to 50 exactly. 05. There it is. So I'll put the $50, man. I'll put the $50 in there. Probably goes to 0. All right. 2 warnings too, though. Not verified. Let's take a look at anti-rug. I just got to check you out on anti-rug. It's probably not going to get the best rating because it's very small, but you never know. I shouldn't say anything until I see it. We might have done this before, but I'm not sure. And shout out to anti-rug. They reached out to me. They're going to give me some cool access to their next versions too, and they're going to do some new stuff here, and they're coming out with some awesome stuff. So, and again, I don't even know them. This is just a very organic relationship. It's got a 47% safety score. The liquidity is healthy. Burn percentage is 100%. Top 10 holders own 58% though, and the highest individual owns 44%, and only 5. You know, so like one person owns this entire thing. You know, I don't know. It's a bit sketch, right? So. Turbo already breaking out, not even wanting to flag. And again, it's following Bitcoin, but eventually you're going to flag out. So I know you don't believe me. If you're new, you're like, what is this guy saying? It's going to take you some time to understand my strategy, but eventually you're going to flag out back to the 21. And when you do, in my humble opinion, that will be the time. I mean, Bitcoin's just racing and it's ripping the market. You know, 104,400 here for BTC. Finally showing signs of sideways price action. And this is what we want. And the trade's going to play out eventually. See, if you just stay patient, let the trade come to you. Never chase the trade. A lot of people chase this. They could be, freaking out right now. And again, they still may win. You never know. But it's like, why go through all that? Have a plan, trade the plan. Trade nothing else but the plan. I mean, now we got globs of people shorting the market. Now even more people think the short's a good idea. I can't believe this. All the way up to 104,625. They're about to get liquidated and they can't even see themselves on BOOKMAP. If they own BOOKMAP, they would be able to see their own stop losses and know they're about to get rocked, but they can't even see themselves. Isn't that crazy? I see people get liquidated every single day on this channel. We show them how the short squeeze occurs. We watch how it happens. I train people how to trade the short squeeze on the 1 minute time frame, how it turns into the 5, crossing the 200, how we reverse back on the 1 hour. And that's how the daily finds its bottom every single time. We find the daily bottom through this process. It's scientific. It's data analytic. It's amazing. We do it together. I mean, and we figured it out through perseverance, discipline, and being here every single day without a day off. 104,005. They're going to rip you out at 104.6. They're coming for you. Bitcoin's just not going to stop. As I've said before, it's the 30-second flag here. Got to trade the 30-second. No other way. They have it on Bit2Next. No 30-second. I need the 30-second over here. You got the 30-second? Nope. I need me the 30-second chat over here. Who's got the 30-second? Anybody? Anybody? Oh yeah, the only one. Maxi. Mo dang, man. I wanted to see it make that right shoulder last night, and I possibly took the trade. Made my first Mudang trade. It was crazy. Yeah, they got everything down to the one. I mean, that Maxi, man, you gotta hold. They got the 1 second. I need the 30-second. I don't think they have the 30-second. They just got the 1 second. 1 second's good enough because, like, I can see the 30-second inside of the 1 second. You see, I can shrink it. And basically, this is the flag here that you're seeing on the 30-second chart. So you're not really trading the 1 second. You're zooming out. And you even have this little flag here. Can't believe we ended up on the 1 second today, but it is what it is, right? And then you would basically trade this. This would basically be the trade. We'd go to 104.959. The stop would have to be below the 200 MA there, somewhere like 104.386. And I really never trade the 1 second, ever, rarely. Like, it's just very rare. Well, let's just see like what I could do here. $50 for 190 and see how we do on the 1 second chart, right? I just, playing around. And actually the risk reward ratio now goes up to a 6-to-1. So now it's like 49 for 190, 50 for 199, right? Craziness though, absolute craziness. Don't do this at home. And you zoom in, you can see the chart making a candle every second. It's absurd. We'll take this. This is more for like, I guess for like entertainment purposes only. But just be careful too, you know what I mean? So let's see what happens here. Let's see if we could win the trade on the 1 second chart, 50 for 200. Let's see if we get that move. I mean, we're looking aggressive and we've got liquidity to the upside. You see all that liquidity? It tells us we're going up to 104.630 and we're going there fast. So this would complete the trade. So it's like, I'm not doing anything pretty crazy here. I see the move. All right. If you told me we were going to trade the 1 second today, I would have been like, nah, you're crazy. On Monday. But, we do whatever the charts kind of convey. We got a nice little flag here. There's a chance it moves. Now, obviously, we're very likely to get stopped out. This is very high risk. Very high risk. Okay. We're not trading our whole portfolio. We're not doing millions of dollars on the 1 second chart. All right. If your heart is racing, mine is too. It's the 1 second. Hey, Sam, can you take a look at pump swap? Evidence suggests it could be the native token. Maybe. I'd rather, if I could look at it on my own time and then come back to it, I'd appreciate that. But thank you for the £5. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. I just don't want to make this open season for promotion of things that I don't know about. Yeah. Shout out to the $105 in chat revenue, 759 likes. Hit the like if you like the 1 second chart. If you're bugging out right now, we're about to fall down. Oh, they're going to get me. No. Yeah, I mean, that lost the 200 MA and the trend line. For me, that's a wrap. They're going to come get me. You never know, though, but it's just likely I'm out. It was fun times, though, wasn't it? They're going to get me. I always believe it's going to be out, but you never know. Oh, my gosh. Be crazy if we had to win this one and just reverses out of nowhere. But it looks likely we're going to get taken down. I can't watch. Let me get back to my real trade idea now. So 30 second looks like it's finally done. 50 minutes finally tweezer topping. See, yeah, there you go. Now I don't need the 30 second anymore. And my real trade idea. So again, later on we're going to go big, like 1,000 for 3,000 something. We're going to make a big trade if we get the right parameters. So again, now we can this is what I've been waiting for. I got restless on that trade on that 30 second. But then we're waiting for this to go sideways here. Okay. And so when it breaks out to like 106,000. Still got beautiful liquidity up at 104,600, right? We got some people trying to eat 104,250 now. Okay. So I'm just waiting for the 5 minute to make a beautiful flag. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 minutes. And then we're going to be in for a better, bigger, fatter trade here coming up. All right. Shout out to anyone that trades with me on any exchange, Mexi, Weeks, or Bit2Next. Those are my 3 premier exchanges. I love them all. They're great. Great support, great service, great systems, great liquidity. Mexi has the least amount of fees of anyone in the game. You got to love that. The provision of that is just amazing. And it makes beginners who are able to, begin to learn too. They don't get hit with so many fees. They're able to just continue to do their thing. So they're still inside this. As far as I'm concerned, this flag still exists. And if the flag still exists, then we're still going to pump out the flag to the bigger target. So to me, it tells me that I can open up a long right now, right, on the bigger time frame and just let it cook. So I'm going to do that right now on the 1 hour. That target's going to take us to 115, 776, right? I'll probably sell earlier than that, but. And my stop would be at 102.084, right? I'm not trying to play games there. That's a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. So do 500 for 250. That's proper, right? And let that cook. So that's a trade on the 1 hour time frame based on the idea that we didn't leave the pattern. We stayed inside. And if the pattern, now I'm acting like we never had the initial pump. We're just going to continue to rip. Again, I need to see the 5-minute flag play out. The 5-minute flag, bank starts to lose. We get back inside this pattern. And maybe I just, I call it a day. What I love about trading like this is it has to go back inside the pattern, play games, lose the 200 MA on the 1, and come down here. Then I'm going to be stressing whether I'm going to lose. And I'll be down 200 at that point. I could probably cut it off. If it goes sideways, I can get back in and rip it. The odds of me getting to my stop loss are low because there's so much other stuff before my stop loss that would tell me that we're getting a weak move. Understand? Makes sense, right? So that's the first thing I just did. The second thing I'm going to do is I got to set up my trade on the 5-minute time frame because I know that the 5 minutes likely to rip based off my model. Now my model's coming to play. All right? Everything's coming to fruition. So again, I'm going to set up the flag here. And we know these shorts just keep coming to play here. Now, one smart move would be to maybe extend the trade, okay, and see if I can get in right now with my stop below the 200. Sometimes I do this when price action's a little hard to get around on the small time frame. I open up the trade and see if I can just get that stop below the 200 MA. I can get to about, I can do it. I can get to a 2.9 risk reward ratio there and only have to get to 107,200. I think it's 107,259 exactly there. And I like the numbers to be exact on the parameters. And then that stop loss is going to be at 103,601. Okay. 103,601. And then bang, right? And there now I'm covered. Now I'm risking more than I need to. I really just have to get into the flag, let the 21 touch. But man, it looks like these shorts are relentless here. And they're not going to listen to price action. Now, on this long, we're scalping. Smaller account, smaller scalp. 200 for 600, right? We already won 2 yesterday. We don't want to give everything back. We just want to add. So there's another trade there, and we're going to use that 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame. Now, if we get the flag, I'm going to get into BitDinex, and BitDinex is where I'm going to actually scalp the flag. You see why I'm using 3 exchanges? Because like everything is different. These are all 3 different traits. They all have a probability case and a way to execute. Like this says we could moon. Again, this one might not play out. I might miss. Look, we just liquidated 600 like I told you we would. They came for you. Now they're going for 700. They're going to take you out. They say enough is enough here. So I wouldn't be surprised. So now we're looking for this flag to play out here on BitDinex. I grab the long position and look at this one. Now here, I'm going to wait for the 21 to touch. I'm not going to get in preemptively. The idea is now I'm covered whether we pump hard, do exactly what I'm supposed to do, and if we dump, I get stopped out. And I move on. I don't lose a bunch, right? I'm not taking huge risks, and I still have. I'm up from what I made yesterday. You get it? So like, it's all proper risk management all the time. And now here we are with this. Always a stop loss on every trade. Always knowing my risk. The one thing you can't control is your risk. So like this one, I would probably go to. I think I did something wrong with the numbers. Yeah, 170 for 1,597. I mean, it's got a 7-to-1 risk reward ratio right now. Now, if trade keeps going sideways, I mean, if the 21 touches, that could be a pretty righteous trade right there. You see? And we got psychological support 104.5. Pretty interesting times to be alive, if you ask me. Shout out to everybody that gave in the super chats. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? 794 beautiful people. Hit that like button. Dear Lord, that is the nicest thing I've ever seen. That's going to come back to each and one of them tenfold. And I'm so grateful for all the likes. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all the people here. 2,355 beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you so much. I've streamed every single day without a day off. And to see this stream really grow and become large the way it is, it just really, 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 really makes me so happy and proud. Shout out to my mom and dad, always watching and smiling down. Thank you for everything you've given us. My sisters, my family, and I'm able to help my kids and my wife now with that love that I received from my mom and dad. So God bless my parents. May they live in honor. May I continue to honor them every day through this stream. And look at the 777s right there on the views. You got to love 777s, man, every single time on the stream. Blessings on blessings to be alive. And shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And we'll see what happens, right? So we opened some trades. And we got some, we'll see where we go. And we know the risk and we know exactly what we're doing. And if it doesn't go our way, then so be it. I don't win every trade I put out. It just doesn't happen. I'm not a robot, all right? I do the best I can and I show up every single day. I put my best foot forward and I work out too. Working out is so important. It's part of the movement. It's part of getting yourself going every single day. There's got to be movement at the beginning of your work day. You get out of bed and you got to plan. I believe exercise is the key to vitality, health, and the ability to be a great parent too. A little bit of movement, not much. If we take a look at the altcoins here on Crypto Bubbles, here at 11:24 in the morning, the last hour we got a little bit of movement, right? Because Bitcoin pumped, and so some altcoins got a little bit of a movement. But it's in the last day they're down pretty nice. But in the last week we got a pretty good pump. Launchcoin up 10%, 10x. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So there's been opportunity. You have to find it. I'm starting to dabble in some little coins here and there. You know what I mean? Just playing around. We'll see where it goes. Bitcoin 104,500. Really looking for 650 now. And you can see this kind of area up here at 104.8 starting to build. We'll see what happens. Ooh, finally some nasty. And again, it is Monday. I am playing crazy on a Monday. What I do like about this week is the Forex Factory outlook. Like, we just don't have a lot coming at us. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't have CPI or anything. There's in Canada, but not here. We're clean. Wednesday, we're clean. Thursday, we have unemployment claims at 8:30. So that's the only thing we got to stress. So put your little sticky Thursday, 8:30, write it in big letters, keep it on your desk, keep it somewhere you can see it. Wow, Bitcoin's starting to finally pull back a little bit at 104,400. And I'm expecting some type of flag here now for Bitcoin. Let the 21 come to price action, and we can continue to rip. What I really should be doing is just waiting for the flag, right? The other trades were a little high risk. But again, I didn't risk, like I wasn't, it wasn't too crazy, so. All right, let's go to Crypto Rank and see what's hot on the day, what's happening, what's going down. Trending coins recently listed, where are we going? So the top 20 search coins in the last 7 days. People still see and search ZK Sync. It doesn't really seem to get much price action. Starknet Privacy is being looked at. Newer coin there. Aptos, Ondo Finance. People keep looking at Wormhole, Obel. New coin too, down pretty hard because probably got sold off by VCs. Grass has some love there in the last 7 days. Maybe something to look at. Mudang's had love, obviously. Celestia.io.net. And then Maple Story Universe. It looks kind of... Found out about it yesterday. It looks kind of corny. I don't know. The name is real corny. But whatever. God bless them. I hope they go well. I don't know why they named it that, though. Sui, Hedera, Redstone, ENA, Redacted, Starknet, Layer 0, and just, altcoins, like we went over them last night and yesterday. They look interesting. Bitcoin getting the rippage here back to 104,500. And now the volatility really starts to kick in. It's going to be that battle, and it's going to make the flag. And then we can watch as more shorts come into the table, make those stop losses, and then boom, liquidations arise. Now we got some longs to liquidate at 104.3. Okay, you can see because people start to kind of pick up where they want to go, and then that's how the price action moves. See, we move the price, everyone participating in price moves price. Everyone thinks it's like this boogeyman. But it's all of us. Like, if all of us short and we're all there for the pickings, then and then there's a big whale that wants to fill his order. It's going to flip that, and we're going to fill his order when we get stopped out on the, on the longs, or those shorts, whatever it is, if he wants to fill a long, he's going to stop out our longs and fill up. If he wants to take profit, he's going to stop out the shorts and clean out. All right. And it's really, there's bigger liquidity than you. You're playing in a sea, and the waves are swinging around you. And those waves are the whales. So the whales are moving around really fast, and they're moving the ocean, and you're just getting tossed and turned around in it. Okay. It is Monday. I usually don't even trade on Monday. This could right shoulder and dump on me. Go right back to the 200 MA. I could lose every trade here today, and I know that. and I'd have to kind of reconvene and come back, tonight. I usually open trades somewhere after 6 to 8 p.m. on a Monday night, sometimes even 11 p.m. It depends on what's happening. Oh, that's the 30-second chart that I'm watching. Thank God. I was like, that doesn't look great. I'm like, it's a 30-second. Don't really stress that. Yeah, so we're watching the 5-minute for this flag. 21 to catch. My model's about to play out, and then we'll get a pump up to 106,000. Everything would play out. You have to be in the 99 to meet up in Vegas. No, I mean, it would be nice, though. Yeah, to have access to the private group, yes. Because I'm going to be putting a link out to the private group. Yeah, but you'll probably find me in Vegas, by all means. Why not? Why not? Yeah. But definitely, I want to make it a more privileged thing for the people in my trading group. Because we're going to, a little private. But you could find me, for sure. Or if you have if you're from there, you have something, you're like, you can email us, cryptolifers@gmail.com, and explain, like, hey, I really want to meet the lifer. People have these life dreams to meet me, and I've helped them out a lot. I feel the same. Like people I've met on YouTube, I've got to meet them, and it's been amazing for me. So I could see all that happening. God bless Greg. Live stream right now. Announcement for Greg. Just had his baby. Or right now. Live stream. God bless, brother. I hope 2 babies now, man. You're the man, dude. And we need more men to push out these babies, man. We were going to name her Price, but Ashley wouldn't. You're funny, man. I love you, bro. So good to have people that I truly love and respect. God bless you, man. We love you. We love you, man. Tune in right now, man. God bless you and your new baby, Greg. We thank you so much for everything you've done for me and everyone in the space. And man, you're low key. Not everyone has to know my man Greg. He's the man, though. And God bless you and your kids, brother. He's a man that moves behind the scenes and makes a lot of things happen. My man Greg. God bless you, Greg. Having kids is the greatest feeling ever, man. And I just can't believe how you feel. I remember how I felt last summer. My third daughter was born, so it's still fresh in my mind. God bless you, man. I'm looking at the picture right now, and I'm about to tear up. So I can't get into it anymore. It's gonna get too emotional. But man, God bless you so much. God bless you so much. Oh man, it's so nice to have the baby done and done. 104,540 Bitcoin looking bullish to me. And honestly, man, these shorts want to play around. They want to get rocked. They want to give us the lane, for the plane to just completely they want to give us the runway. And so they're going to continue to give us that sauce. We're going to take it. We're going to take it. 104,610 Bitcoin getting violent. The moves are happening here. And I miss out on the I'm not able, this is getting, and that's why you open all the different trades at once, so you can you have access to everything that's happening. All right. And we see everything kind of moving our way here, getting the pump. And it's patience. Wow, what a nice pump though, huh? Dang. That thing looks like it's gone. Like it's not even waiting for the 21, which is a little weird. That is a anomaly. It's rare that you would pump this far from the 21 on the 5. But hey, when people want Bitcoin, they want Bitcoin, and they don't really care. 104,700 coming, and now more shorts just opened up. There's a liquidation now at 105,000. I don't know what these people were thinking. They must just be out of their minds. If they came to the channel, they wouldn't be getting wrecked right now. Shout out to the 2,220 people here on the live. 899 likes, $106.66 in chat revenue. May I get the likes up to the watchers, and I'm so grateful for the 899 beautiful people that did that. That's going to come back to you tenfold. You hit the like button. You're awesome. Blessed. Only 100 more people. We hit 1,000 likes on the stream. We are ripping again. Live trades doing damage. And you got into the group when I called the bottom right there at 102.5. I'd still be in there. Dang. It burns sometimes, but it's okay. I'm grateful for the gains that I did make and for the knowledge that I did give. Look, they just shorted, and they banged on 107. Now more shorts are coming in. Why? What is wrong with these people? Look, there's a short there at 105,000. It's about to get ripped. A new one. And if you just took the trades that we made, we're up in the gains again. You could move those stop losses to break even, and you can't lose now. Look at that beautiful pump to the upside. I love watching green candles rip right when I got into a trade. Unbelievable. Not much to write home about. I'm not saying they're not huge wins right now, but this is how it begins. We're battling these charts on a Monday, and it's not easy. God bless everybody here with me that does this every single day with me without a day off. It's, you know, we really push ourselves through this market. You got to get good night's sleep. You got to work out. You got to meditate. You know, I make sure to walk. Take the time to really, you know, take a deep breath and breathe in. Very important. Okay? You know, the markets will demolish our minds if we don't take time to relax our minds, read a book, meditate, put ourselves in a different state every once in a while. Very important, okay? It's just like training when you're a trader full time too. When you go full time and you know you're done with everything else, you're gonna have to really maintain a proper mindset. I highly suggest traders don't drink alcohol because it can get into the flow of your whole flow of your consistency. Again, do whatever you want. I don't, you know, but I just think trading is a different type of lifestyle. You use more of your brain all the time. You got to connect to what you thought about the day before. You really need momentum. Like your big trades have to carry over. You got to have, you know, a good monthly P&L that you can keep pushing. You want to create good endorphins, positive energy. All this is important to become a great trader. It's going to be very rare you're going to become a great trader with negative self-talk, you know, low frequency behavior, alcohol, hanging out. It's just not going to work out, in my humble opinion. You're going to be fighting yourself. You may do well for a while, but it's not going to be the greatest. And just talk about lifestyle right now, becoming a practitioner of time and space, doing what you say you're going to do. Very important. You know, if you're having trouble right now doing TA, there's someone that's going to do TA whenever they want, and there's someone who's going to say, you know what, every day when I get home from work, my husband walks the dog or whatever, and my kid decides to do homework, I have an hour of time right there where I can prepare dinner or start something and then let it sit and then prepare and whatever it is, right? Because everyone says they have too many things to do. If you really spaced out your time and looked at what you had and mapped it out, you could fit in amazing things in your day that you wouldn't believe. If you just looked at your schedule and wrote it down and stuck to your schedule, you'd be an amazing productive person. But most people just do whatever they say they're going to do randomly. They have no plan for what they're really going to do, and it doesn't work like that. Like, look at me. I'm in the same place every single day. 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., Monday through Friday. And then, you know, it's a little impromptu on the weekends, but then Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Like, I don't miss those scheduled times. I know exactly what I'm going to do and when. Now, that keeps me in tune with the market. And I don't miss my scheduled times, you know, that I use in the trading group. Like, I'm going to do my morning update. I'm going to do my night update. Some days I'm beat, tired. I've been out all day. I take a deep breath and I'm like, I got to get the update done for everybody. It's so important. That extra effort, people see that effort. Every time you put in more effort, the universe notices it. Every time you work a little harder, the universe sees it. Every time you push yourself, you deserve more because you know that you've worked hard for it. Once you know you deserve, you can receive. Someone that knows they you know, I believe I deserve, you know, the greatest life on earth and the most amount of money that can come because I worked the hardest. Like and I push myself with discipline. I don't wait for motivation to come. I do it no matter what. So here's the deal. There's two people that learn how to trade in my trading group. One person decides to go over TA whenever they feel the need. Look, 104.800, we're ripping. I told you we're going to 105. They didn't believe us, though. They kept shorting the market. Thank you to the shorts. We're drinking bear tears at this point. Thank you. More bear tears, please. I'd appreciate it. I don't have enough bear tears on my table. More bear tears, sir. Please send me more bears. More bear tears. I need more. And not to be greedy, but what a flag. Oh, we're still not, you know, we still didn't touch the 21. We didn't really get my true signal. I'm thinking we might get it here, you know. Eventually that 21's coming, though. Eventually it's coming. And it is a Monday, so I'm kind of still wary of what's happening. Look, now they got 105,000 liquidity. They're spacing it out. This guy's like, maybe I should. Then he skipped out. It's so funny watching these people. Now he's back. He's going to get liquidated. They all think they're going to win the short now. This is insane to me. They're shorting breaks above the 200 MA on big time frames. Like, we broke the 200 MA on the 15-minute. We were gone. The second that candle closed, I told you that's a very bullish sign. We were gone. Now you're going to get a bullish. You're going to eventually get a bull cross right there, a golden cross. The 1 hour time frame crossed the 200 MA. Gone. Huge pump. We got a double bottom on the 1 hour. The measured move has been hit now of the double bottom. We showed you the double bottom. That played out. We found the exact bottom on the 1 minute time frame in the invert. I found the bottom this morning. I gave it to my entire group. So we found the daily reversal. Understand? 105,000 is coming. You're about to get liquidated if you think you're going to short this market. I just called out every short for the entire hour straight. Everyone that shorted, I'm calling you out. You're getting liquidated. You counter traded me and you're going to get slammed. I'm telling you right now. I don't know why. Anyone here counter traded? I just want to know. I'd love to find out. Just like, because I don't know. I'm just messing around. Anyone here actually shorted the market, got wrecked right now? Just be honest. It'd be cool to find out. There's got to be someone on the other side of the trade right now. Just say, yes, it's me. I shorted, I got wrecked. I'm going to join your group and I need mentorship. Just say I shorted the market today and I got wrecked. Anyone out there? Put a 444 if you shorted and got wrecked. To be honest, just let us know. Just let us know, man. I need to know. I need to know. Anybody out there? Are we all lifers that were all on the same page? Everyone was on the same page. He said newbie crypto. I did. I'm shorting. Paulie talk. I'm short. Who's shorting? You guys are logs, right? Not me this time. Okay. Had to be more people than not, right? Never. 444 was short. 444 was short. 444 was short. Wow, a lot of people got wrecked. That's crazy. 444 didn't get wrecked but lost 50. Okay, 444. So wow, there was more people short on the live stream than I thought. Because, you know, you're going your way. You're like, oh, everyone's short. Everyone gets what I'm seeing. They know what the lifer teaches, but it's not true, right? And you get this affirmation. I sometimes counter trade, but only for some quick scalps. When the operator presents, shout out to you, man. Hey, I love you, man. Everyone has their signals, their plans. Sammy calling out all the people with pants on. Yeah, why are you wearing pants? Should be wearing shorts. No, the people with shorts, I'm wearing pants, bro. I got brown pants on, too, to match the whole getup. I ain't playing around. You know what I mean? Like, I wear pants. Like, you think this isn't a game here? I got a cook here. Cook it in the house. She's going to see me. I got, you know... We got we got a nanny that helps us out. We have so many nice people here. A beautiful cook, beautiful nanny, and I'm not beautiful, like, they're beautiful people. They're just nice people. My wife is awesome. My kids are awesome. Everyone here is awesome. So I'm not going to walk out with no pants on. Just not happening. Understand? Just not going to happen for any reason. All right? Keep counter trading the lifer and eat bologna sandwiches straight up. Bologna. BOLGNA, man. Bologna. Look, they're gonna go after they're going 105-1 now. Look, these shorts keep coming and they're giving us lily pads to step on. They're creating the liquidity. They're creating the movement. This is great. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on a bigger time frame here. Kind of just zoom out for a split second and see what's happening. Like the 1 hour still got juice. Huge reversal for Bitcoin back inside the pattern. And like I told you, now that pattern plays. Like now, see, the pattern broke out now. So like I got in there, now the pattern broke out. Now we're back outside the pattern again. So now we'd have to break this trend line to be bearish. Now I have to assume that none of this really existed and we're on the real run to the upside. It was a false move last night and now we're on the real move. They brought it up. They got everyone that longed. They're going to bring it up again. If you didn't have the guts to sell because you were stuck, you were in this massive long. Because a lot of people, they open up longs on big time frames thinking they nailed it. So they got it now and they're like, oh, they were up huge. They probably doubled down even thinking, oh, we can't go back inside the pattern. They went and grabbed all that liquidity. And then the smart people like me sold the top and then got back in at the bottom. Crazy, right? But we can see the market pretty well. And again, who knows for sure what's going to happen, but this looks likely. Now you're above the 200 MA on the 1 hour. So now I'm long until we break the 200 MA on the 1 hour time frame. We break back below, we're back inside the channel, we hang out, and then it's, you know, 2 attempts after that kind of is, you know, but we still could rip after that. But we'll see. So that's why stops can be below here, below the 200 MA on the 1, and it gives you coverage. And so there's more likelihood of a move to the upside. The target takes us to 113,000. And I know you just spit out your coffee, you're like, 113, what? But yeah, I mean, I got 107 on the board, but we could go higher. Actually, we could go way higher. The measured move is the length of this pole. You see it? This is a consolidation. This is the length of the pole. That says 115,500. 115,003. Shout out to my man Robert in Edgartown. Hope you're doing well, man. I don't know if you still listen to the streams. I call you, but it's hard to get a hold of you, man. You're kind of like you're an enigma. But I love you, man. I hope everything's going your way. And I thank you for everything you did for me. Blessings on blessings. Thank you. When Sam draws a line, the market respects it. Hey, you know why? Because you can see the lines that the market must respect if you know how to trade. and resistance there at 107,201. So shout out to all the beautiful lifers here on the stream. And as far as altcoins are, I'm still, I DCA'd a bunch into the coins that matter. And to me, that's kind of what it's all about. So today, if we break back inside the pattern, fine, yeah, I'll start thinking bearish, and it's not a great sign. But if we stay above this line, which it looks like we may, we just breached the trend line yet again, then I just don't see how we don't continue to pump at least to 105.8, then to 107.1, and then, wow, we could go to the measured move. So I'm more bullish than bearish. Looks like we'll go back to 105,000 now. There's still a bunch of short liquidity they're just going to rip them again. Look at that. They're just going to go flat in the shorts one more time. This is insanely funny. I've never seen it. This is crazy. This isn't luck. This is price precision. Shout out to Cryptic Rick, man. We love you. Take a ton of caffeine. Cheers from Hungary. Cell frame. Cheers from Hungary. The chart whisperer, the resistance breaker, the sauce maker. It's Sammy Price. You just sounded like the, the cult leader. The cult leader, the don't leader, the skull and bones bleeder, the multi-packed and back and bagger, the multi-stacked and tagger, the star sips back when Manson had goon. Remember, he's like, oh man, that's Ill Bill on The Future Is Now, right? But that made me think of that, right? The chart whisperer, the resistance breaker, the sauce maker. It's Sammy Price. Bang, man. This is like, we're getting electric. And like, this is what crypto needed. It needed a personality. Like, crypto didn't have a personality. It had everyone, hey, here's the charts. Meh. Like, I love the streams. They're great, but there's so much dead air during these crypto streams. Just like the guy just sitting there watching the chart. It's cool, but come on, man. You got to entertain the people too. Like YouTube's an entertainment process. So we got to entertain. We got to educate. We got to do both. We got to dress nice. We got to run the pizzazz. Pa, 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 pa. We got to pop it. Like Bitcoin's popping right now to 104,865. And look at all that chunky liquidity at 105,000. Soon they're probably going to start shorting again and giving us 105.4. They can't believe it. They're in shock. They don't understand how to read patterns. Once you break out of a pattern, you have to read the pattern as if it never broke out the first time. Trade it like it broke out again. When we go to 115, I'll be very excited. Shout out to you, man. God bless you. Let's take a look at that fear and greed index today. I bet it's 77. Haven't seen it yet, though. 74. Not too shabby. And again, we're going to run up. Usually here, you're going to start to run up into the 80s and 90s. It's very rare you start to dump here because you don't have enough greed to dump yet. You need more greed to dump. Again, remember buying at 10 on the fear and greed index for Bitcoin at 84,000 with me? Unbelievable. I'll be about 7 weeks this weekend coming up. Can't wait for Bitcoin Vegas. I fly out on Tuesday, come back on Friday. It's going to be an awesome trip. Really, Thursday and Wednesday, Thursday, in and out. What I love about it is, the Dubai trip was the hardest with the way that the time differences were thrown at me. That was very difficult. But here, I'm going to be early. The only thing about this is this is kind of what I like about it. Everyone's going to be partying and going crazy. Again, because of my lifestyle and what I have, I got to be up at 7 in the morning both days to do the live. I have to be up at 6 a.m. actually. I have to get there and prepare, get everything ready. I have to be up at literally 5:45 because I got to be ready for the live. I got to be able to go over the charts and be ready for the live. And so, yeah. Look at 104.9. I told you you were getting liquidated. You didn't listen. You wanted to keep short in the market. I lived in Dubai, baby. Man, that must have been fun. Why did you leave? And we're off. No days off coming to an end. Oh no, I will not take days off when I'm in Vegas. I'll be there. I'll do the stream from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Right? Because that'll be 10 to 12. Right? Yeah. The coolest thing about it is that my day will be freer than normal. Like I'll just be free for the whole day there. And then I'll post later into the night. Like I'll be able to, my last post will be at like 2 or 3 in the morning your time, which is kind of what I do anyway sometimes. The only thing you'll miss is like the morning update will be later because I won't get up to like, but I'll be up at 5. No, it's not even true. I'll be up at 5 in the morning and I'll do the morning update immediately. You still get an 8 a.m. update. I'm not really going to change it. Nothing's going to change. I'm going to nail it. I'm going to nail it. And I'm going to go to sleep at like 1 and pass out wake up at 5. Or no, I hope I go to sleep at 12. And I bring my sister because that way, like, it's me and my sister. It's a really good family trip. She keeps me in line. Like, everything works well, It just, she helps out with the business too. She understands what I need to accomplish. And she's there as my, you know, she's an awesome wing person. She holds me down. She's the best. So now we're looking for some type, you know, you're just you need that flag now. I'd say we flag out for the next hour and a half. Get ready for our next big pump. Bitcoin's gearing up, man. I like what I'm seeing here at 104,900 for BTC. They're going to liquidate the shorts all morning. It was amazing. My friend was in the hole, 16K in a trade and mitigated with 20K and came out 21 in profit. Hey, man, as long as you figure it out. Just wondering, I wouldn't even want to get into that hole. Like, I'd rather not even start that. You know what I mean? Personally, I can't handle that stuff. I'm not into being down that much. Every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day, and that's my boy Sammy, the Wiz Khalifa. You're funny, man. Stamps. Yeah, I'm gonna meet you in Vegas, right? Vegas Claw. Why is your name Vegas Claw? What does that mean? Is there a claw in Vegas I don't know about? Shout out to all the super chats and everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. Shout out to Vic M, Papa Flash, Los on Crypto, Mario Pavlo, Baki, Mafia Productions, Chatty C, Mad B, Med B, Carolina Crypto, Roger Tremino, $50, man. Thank you. Crypto Knight, The Thirsty Vintner, and Dutang, who sent 1 Crypto Lifer memberships, man. God bless you. Thank you for doing that. You didn't have to, but you did. Pretty cool. So watching Bitcoin, to me, it has to revisit that 21-day moving average in the 5-minute at one point before its next big pump. We're just waiting on that to happen, and then bang. And then I can enter my Bitfinex trade. Finally. You know, and everything can work out absolutely beautifully the way it's supposed to. So, I was saying something at the beginning of the stream about someone who learns how to trade, and they just decide to go with the charts whenever they feel. Like, I'm going to study whenever I feel the need. The other person has a design time. When I get home from 4 to 5, I put 1 hour in. Now, the first 3 weeks, there may not be as much difference because the hours may not change the first 2 months. But after a year, I guarantee you, the person that put in that guaranteed hour every time is going to far surpass the person that did it whenever they felt. Because sometimes you're not going to feel it, but if you just put it on paper and do what you're supposed to do, it doesn't matter how you feel. You got to do it. I go to this live stream no matter how I feel. And, you know, this helps you learn how to trade, because if you can see how I stay disciplined to my craft and my stream, then you can stay disciplined to your craft and your stream of life. You know what you're doing, right? Basically, the way if you're studying the charts, you can have momentum, just like I have momentum with my YouTube channel. You know, you can't do 3 days for one day and not look at it for days on end and then expect to win trades. You got to be doing this every single day. Like, TA is a mindset and a lifestyle. To do technical analysis, to be a pro trader or all-time trader, full-time, whatever you want to call it, to trade for a living and make it your everything, it's got to be something you're doing every day. I'm still learning to this day. I'm still adding, and I could still lose. I still have to watch my risk. Nothing's guaranteed here, right? Nothing. So remember that every time you're out there in a trade, that nothing's guaranteed. Cover your losses every time, you know. Double check, see what's happening. Like, look, I can move this to break even. I can't lose the trade now. I'm a little above now. No matter what happens, we'll see what, you know. If they wick it down, I have to flag back in. We'll find out. So we left you with the idea that the 1 hour should continue to break out, you know, and again, I don't know, though. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. Maybe we go back below. I will be bearish if we lose the 200 MA. I'll be bearish if we lose this trend line again. We didn't. You know, you have to kind of look at it for what it is right now, and we bounce back in. You could say we did lose the trend line, then we double bottomed, we got back inside the pennant. Once inside the pennant, you enter the trade right there with the stop below the 200 MA, and boom, you're already in profits. Again, that's trading the 200 MA. That's my strategy on the 1 hour time frame. The double bottom played out. There's a clear double bottom on the smaller time frames too as well. So far, so good for Bitcoin. So this is my strategy. I've been doing this for years. You break out of a pattern, you break inside, you lose it, you break back. So they broke it out, got everyone to long, flattened everybody, broke it down, got everyone to short. And that's what I would do at the end of any pattern. Think about it. You own the exchange, the pattern gets super tight. It's the biggest asset in the world. Everyone wants to know what's going to happen. It's about to rip, fake the rip, then dip, rip again, dip through the pattern, lose the trend line so they think it's a dip down, rip it back up, do the bearish retest so they think it's really going to dump, double bottom it, and then rip it back to the upside again. Unbelievable. Like, what a way to just And I was able to take, my system told me exactly how to trade this beautifully and take money out of the market. Most people got wrecked. I have to be honest. Most people got wrecked doing this. It just is what it is. And it's still a Monday. It's not even my favorite day to trade. Will probably be hard trading later on today in the afternoon. Look out for my token metrics list and things that I'm looking at. We're going to look at all the hottest coins and things like that. That gets given to you too in the trading group for that $99 a month. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. And we do that weekly screen share every single Thursday where I go over my entire portfolio. The screen shares have been lit. I've been having a really good time out them. And I really appreciate it too. Everyone that comes to the weekly screen share, it really builds the community. It's another really, really good aspect of the trading group. And I love it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Any last super chats I'm looking at, brother? Can we look at GPU? Says Ivan Roke. Thank you so much, Ivan. Let's take a look at GPU. Says Ivan. Node AI. First thing I look at anything, I look at the bigger time frame and see what's happening. So the last time we looked at it, we saw it had that shoulder, head right shoulder. There was the flag. Said it was going to go to 54. It did. It wicked a little bit up to 60. Beautiful. Now it's doing what every coin is doing. Every coin. And we've looked at like 90% of coins are revisiting their previous resistance as support. And that only tells me that Bitcoin's going to go sideways or pump and then go sideways. And man, GPU looks like it's a screaming buy right here. It looks beautiful. Every time this coin has bottomed, it's been on a massive tear too as well. Node AI. It's got a good name, and I can see it bouncing up to the 200 MA. I like where it's at right now. I definitely would keep that on the radar. Like almost every coin looks just like this. It's like this is basically the blueprint for altcoins right now. Not all, like SWI might be a little, coins that have their own attention and ecosystems are a little, but 90% of alts look like this. And it's retesting support. I mean, that's a bullish sign. Very bullish sign. 90% of alts look like this, retesting support. And we could rip up to that 200 MA, all right? So, I'm going to do some recorded content for you today, something to kind of spice it up. What would you guys like to see here on the channel? What kind of recorded content would you like me to make? I'm going to ask you guys right now, and girls, what, like I made that 21-day moving average video. Could I get some suggestions from each and every one of you? Never asked, like, what video do you want me to make? What video would be cool? Anything you want me to break down that I do on the live, but you just need a moment to see it smaller? Or you want that like slowed down version of it? Is there anything I could do for you guys today? I'm going to make a recorded video, but maybe you guys have a suggestion for me, something that I haven't thought about. Shout out to Fib Sniper. What about ETH? I am Himadi. Yeah. Freestyle sessions. No. How to calculate leverage. No divergence. What your short-term prediction and long-term prediction. The 21-day MA. I did that one already. You guys say conspiracy, back testing, leverage trades. What is happening with ETH? I'd like to see big green candles, please. What about the whole market? You always say that, but I don't get it. I would like to see a trader's life with you in the caddy. You're funny. How to find good entry positions in the market. A full video of how you go to where you're at. Your full journey. I've been scalping pump AI talk and small cap coins. It's been amazing for me. Like I never had done 30x 10% trades in a day before this. That's amazing. The VRVP. That's a nice one, right? How to fold a pocket square. Sammy, I know it's late. Can we peek at SWI, brother? Wow. Thank you, Boys Crypto. And please look at XRP. Love of the energy, Sam. You're the man. Shout out to all the members of the 99. Thank you. Go to the gym, bro. God bless you, man. You didn't have to give what you did. That's super nice, you guys coming through with those super chats right at the right time, too. We'll take a look at SWI and XRP. Take it proper for the measured move, please. Trailer Park Boys meets finance. People honestly need videos to grasp what Bitcoin is and how impactful and important it is. Total basics, the indicators for newbies. Leverage trading. I like your deep dive price predictions like you did with Ondo and Swee. Market's been full of round trips. Yeah. Sam, you need a long intro into boxing, MMA, wrestling announcer. Right before you appear on the podcast to kick off the show. Sammy, Cup and Handy, the one, the only, the legendary Sam Price. Why can the Rising Wedge be a Florida vlog? So people want to see vlogs. We would like to see a mini documentary on your day-to-day as the lifer. See, I'd like to do that, but I don't want to show a lot of my life for security reasons, man. So I got to find a way to do it without, revealing too much. Can you or anyone suggest a good P&L tool? I mean, they do it. What's the best way to wear a suit with no socks on, please? Just do it. Full guide on using and implementing BOOKMAP. Do I cut the coat pocket? You do have to actually open the coat pocket, yes. Yeah, because you're not going to be able to put the square in there. A lot of them are, you do have to cut the pocket. That's a good question. Makeup, that's a great question. This may sound stupid, but how do you read the BitTC short and long charts? They're useful for entries and exits. I made more money today than the whole of last year. I don't need your help. I come here to see your positivity. Thank you. God bless you, man. That's all, man. You made more money today than all of last year. That's crazy. I'd be cool to watch you trade for a few hours with no commentary, just watching the man in the zone. You're the man, lifer. Taught us all so much already. Only Bitcoin running, alts just crawling. I know. Bitcoin looks, look, now they got 105.3. These shorts just, they don't stop, man. Now they got liquidations all the way up to, look, they're taking us to 105.8. We're going to rip today to 105.8. That's what BOOKMAP says. So just get ready, hold your horses, and get ready for the pump. Because only time will tell. I appreciate all you, Sammy. Your morning streams are refreshing. Thank you. New Far, let's go. Oh, you the world. My gains will be thank you. One day I'll be in St. Pete. Would love to camp out anytime, my man. Definitely come for the positivity every day. Mr. Flawless, we love you. Liquidity. You're funny. Liquidity. Can you include a day of cooking with Sam? Hey, you never know. We got the chef in today. How to open leverage trade on exchange. Difference between spot and leverage trading. Injective had a webinar tomorrow with Google Cloud. Is that bullish? It could be. When Bitcoin is running and alts do not anything, it should be the long and the altcoins are better not. It depends on what you're looking at in the charts. I'm missing my friend Paul Wood. That's all right. He'll come back around. Shout out to Paul Wood in the house. He's from Massachusetts, I believe. He's always super nice. Hit me up on Instagram too. All these altcoins look like they're gonna respect their previous support as resistances. You don't know, but it looks very likely. I like what I'm seeing for GPU. And that's how many coins look. So look, they're building consolidation now at 104.8. That was the key level that I talked about at the beginning of the stream. That was the target of all of this. And now I see 105.750, 105.8. I say it's only a matter of time we continue to pump further to the upside. I'll be giving updates throughout the day in the trading group. You know why I'm long. I already discussed it. I gave you the long. I showed you what was happening. And we go from there. All right. May God bless everybody on stream. Thank you for jumping on in and being a part of something bigger than yourself and taking this all the way to 12 o'clock like we do every single day. It was a beautiful Monday. The numbers were high. The views were huge. The revenue was great. The likes were above 1,000. You people are unbelievable. We hit every metric that we go for. I didn't say a word. We just kept rocking it. I love y'all. This has been amazing. I hope I gave you what you came here for, was the inspiration, the live trading, the education, and the love, man. And if we did all of those things in one stream, I think we did pretty dang good. Shout out to CryptoLifer.com, my main sponsor. It's just me, you know what I mean? But go to CryptoLifer.com if you want to join my trading group and find out more. We make it simple. Go to the subscribe button, hit subscribe, and you can subscribe to a basic monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. It will bill every single month, every single quarter, or every single year. It's inexpensive. The higher up you go, the least you will pay. All right? So jump on in today. Bang, bang, bang. Look, $9.99 for $365. Unbelievable price action, That's $2.73 for less than $3 a day. I was with two guys golfing yesterday. They made they were up $2,000 on the call. I made $4,000 on the call I gave. I didn't have to use even that much money. for less than $3 a day, $273 a day. You get me every single day, and I put in way more than $273 worth of knowledge for you a day. I'm telling you that. I work way harder than $273. Heck, you'd probably pay me $10 for what I give you a day. You'd 5x that after you see what I do in one day in my group. Everyone, I love you. Be careful. Wait for that 21-day moving average to come back to price action. It looks like we may get a little bit of movement on the 5 back to the 21 here. One or two of these things is going to happen, right? And we may even make a head and shoulder and dump. You never know. It's Monday. You never know. We could be down here dumping later on today. I'm open-minded that anything is possible. I do like this secondary breakout, though. It does look good. But let's let this play out. We got to make sure things work the way they're supposed to. And we got the liquidity all the way to 105.8, suggesting we're going to get there. And all they have to do is dump it a little bit to make the people think that they're going to add more shorts. They were shorting already when we were pumping to the high area. So now a little dip will make them short. You get it? It looks like we got them right where we want them, but you never know. Let's take it one moment at a time and always stay humble. And, we'll go from there. Let me double check the super chats one last time. God bless everybody here on the live. Never want to leave somebody hanging. It's the worst thing you could do. Oh, yeah, we got to look at XRP and SWE. See, I forgot there. Thank God I did that. Let's take a look at SWE and see what's happening to SWE. So I like SWE is resistance, and it's, it's hitting that previous support as resistance. It's flagging out, and it pumped and dumped with Bitcoin because it pumped, and then when Bitcoin dumped back, now it's kind of waiting to see what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin goes sideways, gets the rippage. SWE's going to follow along. I say SWE rips and continues all the way up to $6. And this is like your high or low right there, and you're on your way out. A lot of coins look just like this. Again, I wish I had a better picture. Like the TA is not perfect, but it is a falling wedge, bull flag, revisiting the previous support as resistance. And the moving averages are decently close. And again, we may end up just making this symmetrical, an ascending triangle. But bounce, gets sideways, and then the bigger move comes for SWE up to $6. I'm bullish as long as we stay above the 200 MA on the daily. I see no reason. It could be the perfect time to buy SWE right now with low stochastics. Again, I'm just, you do you. That's what my system is telling me, but you got to do whatever you want. Same thing with XRP. We pumped. We came down to the 618 golden pocket. We wicked. I'd like to see the bounce consolidate into the ascending triangle. And then look, I even got this bigger idea here. That's like a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, rip. Complex inverted head and shoulder back to the upside. That was your bottom for XRP, back above the 200 MA on the daily time frame. I just see it's only a matter of time. This could be your bounce that's revisiting previous support. I see almost 90% of coins have a falling wedge revisiting previous resistance and support. And there we have it. All right. So I just want to see the bounce for XRP get tight. Then the bigger trade, like I was going to trade big money, 256 up to 342 would be my look. Let's take a look at Anchor. Thank you to Cat Scratch a 1. Let's take a look at Anchor here on MEXC. Anchor looks like everything else, but it looks more like an M pattern. But again, it's in the same thing. We had the inverted head and shoulder, it pumped, it came back down. And there's that previous support as resistance. We have the resistance here on the left. You're right there on the line again. So like this is 90% of coins look exactly the same. This one looks a little sketchier because it's just not holding the line as well. Looks like it may get sold off, possibly for a double bottom or come back to the POC there. But again, you get one green candle and a bounce. And then what you would go is you would go to the 200 MA there at about 2731. And you respect this trend line, right? So you're looking for the bounce again. The ascending triangle looks just like the coins I just showed you. No different. Every single coin looks exactly the same right now, waiting for that break of the falling wedge to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin cools off a little bit here. Yeah, 105.5 and really starts to kind of make that flag on the 5-minute now. Come back to that 21-day moving average. That's why you never want to chase too hard, okay? And we'll go from there. And as the dust settles and it calms down, you can see like it's lunchtime. The market starts to kind of find its way again. But wow, we just pumped straight all morning long. Absolutely great. The 5-minute crossed the 200, which was my signal. We never got my perfect model, which was touching the 21. We're going to get it here. And that's what I'm looking for the continuation for Bitcoin. So I'll keep you updated in the group. God bless everybody on the live. Looks like they're inducing more shorts. I see so much liquidity above, but you never know. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance, and I'm not 100%. All I can do is give you what I know every single day, and you can take that information the best you can. and go from there and use that education. So I love you all. Thank you so much for your time. I will catch you on the flip side. May God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Been a lurker for a long time. Love and respect you, Jay, as well as your kind heart. Wanted to ask a good entry for swing low to carry to ATH. I'm not sure, man. That would be something big you'd have to figure out. Just watch my channel and pay attention. I wish I could give you a better answer, but I'm really running out of here at this point. I love you, though. Wanted to ask a good entry for swing low to, for what, though? For Bitcoin specifically? I don't know. I probably already talked about it in my updates. So just watch the Bitcoin updates. I've said something. Whatever I said, you'll look. I definitely mentioned where the swing low would probably go. I've answered that question in the TA. Just watch my Bitcoin updates today. It definitely should answer those questions. Everyone, I love you. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Do the right thing for yourself, for your family, and for God. Remember, you can't be great to start, but you got to start to be great. The secret to success is getting started. God bless you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the flip side.